garden gals and guys, it's Steph with Tiny's Garden, and today I am talking about tulips. Yes, tulips. It's actually late in the season to be ordering them. Ideally, you would order them right after tulip season in the spring because then you can get pretty much all of the varieties that you want, but your girl's a little behind. That's okay. So I am going to talk about Colorblends today, which is a website, a wholesale website that you can order some tulips off of. They have tulip bedspreads is what they call them, where it's a variety of tulips. They have single tulips, a bunch of different things, also daffodils and some other plants as well. But I wanted to share my order with you. So this is a Colorblends haul, if you will, and let you know what I'm planning on doing for my landscape tulips this season. My cut flower tulips, which would actually be for cutting for bouquets, I do in my raised beds in the back, and I'm going to have different orders for those. So the ones today are strictly for the landscape. I'll put some images on the screen of last year. It was beautiful. I was really happy with it. And I did use Colorblends, the big ups, for my front landscape beds last year. And it was a beautiful array of different colors. Our best show yet. I got lots of compliments on it. I was personally very satisfied with it.
Glorious, glorious. My best show yet.
So I'm changing things up a little bit this year. So instead of having several different colors on display in the front garden beds, I am going to go for a much more simple look this year. And that's just because I'm changing it up. I haven't really done a simple look with tulips yet. I've always had several different varieties in my front landscape beds or a combination of different varieties, and I thought this year I just want to streamline things and see how a more simple bi-color look goes. Now that's also because I'm late to the party, so some of these that I wanted to get have already sold out, and that's a disclaimer I want to say here as well. Go to their website if you're interested in Colorblends and get your orders in now, because as I said before, we are technically a little late to the party really, because a lot of these different varieties have sold out and there's different specialized combinations that I probably would have gotten that I couldn't get because they're sold out. So do this now. Believe me, don't wait until later. Get on today, tomorrow, and put your orders in. So let's go ahead and start with the varieties I got. The first one I got is actually a daffodil, and that one is called Banana Splash. Now, I think this one is so fun. It is a vibrant yellow with a slight ruffle on it, but the background of the daffodil is white. So you've got white petals with a splash of yellow in the front, and I think it looks super fun. I believe I've seen a couple other people who have grown this enjoyed it. I'm a color gal. You know I like the color. I'm not afraid of red. Give me all the vibrant colors you can. So this yellow doesn't scare me. I think it's going to be beautiful in the landscape, and I'm planning on popping them around that front garden bed area. I also want to tell you the quantities that I got as well as the price per bulb, so it's helpful background information for you to kind of have an idea going into what the price might be per bulb. So for the Banana Splash, I got 25 at $1.36 per bulb. As with most companies, the more bulbs you get, the less per bulb it is, so just keep that in mind. The second item I got is the largest quantity item. And again, I don't have a ton of items this year because I'm taking a more simplified approach, but it is the Miss Confection blend. And that is a simple bi-color combination, two different tulips. One is a pinkish red and the other one is starting out as a creamy yellow and then turns to white. And that's it. That is that blend. It blooms early to mid during the spring, so it'll come up, it'll be one of the first to come up, which I want because those front garden beds are right by the road, and it is so encouraging in the spring when I finally see some of my bulbs and tulips coming up there because it flanks our driveway. So I'm happy that that is an early to mid blooming tulip combination. As far as quantity, I got 600. And that might sound like a lot, but really it's not, because again, I'm not doing several different varieties. I am doing just this variety in both sides of my front garden bed space. So I've got the side where under the tree, I will put a bunch of them in a circular formation. And then I've got the little meandering path on the opposite side, and potentially both corners of the front of the driveway. So all of that together will definitely take up 600 tulips. So my hope is that when you're looking out into these garden beds, it's just going to be a pure display of pinkish red and white, which I do think will be a really clean look, which I haven't necessarily had that before because I've gotten all these colors, which is a really big splash of excitement and very me, but I think this might be more serene and more calming and maybe make even more of a statement. I don't know, we'll see. So comment below and let me know what you prefer, a big array of colors in your tulip spots where you're planting large quantities, or if you like a more toned down version of just a couple colors in large quantity. I'm curious to know your opinion. So that is the plan with those. Full on display, both sides of the driveway in the front garden beds. 600 of them I ordered, and I got those for 36 cents per bulb. And then we only have one more to this order. Yeah, I ordered only 3 items. I'm kind of proud of myself, actually. This last one is one I've never grown before. It is Mount Tacoma, and it is a peony type of tulip, which means it's got several ruffly layers on it that it looks similar to a peony. And it is a late blooming tulip. So while I have a big show in the front for early to mid season in the spring, I can have these come up a little later and still have some tulips later in the spring on display. So what I'm thinking is, with this beautiful ruffly white tulip called Mount Tacoma, I want to put it by my front porch space where I have 2 sides that I could put some tulips. And I didn't order a lot of these. I actually think maybe I should have ordered more, but I ordered 50 of these at 72 cents. So I could do about 25 on each side of my front porch space. And I think that will be enough. Sometimes my tulips in the front don't do as well because there's kind of an erosion that's happening there with the dirt. So I need to come in and add some more dirt, because what happens is those tulips aren't covered enough and then the squirrels come in and eat them no matter how much Repel-All I put out. Which, if you're looking for a way to keep the critters away, I do really recommend Repel-All. It does fabulous for me. I'll put a picture on the screen and I'll also link it in my Amazon description below if I can find it for you. But I do think that will be a beautiful clean look with the white leading up to the front porch space. Our house is black, so that would be nice opposite parts of the color wheel. And I'm hoping that the front will still have some remnants of white and pinkish red, and then you'll see the white against the house. I just think it will be a very serene, clean look, more downplayed than before, but I'm looking forward to seeing the difference between this coming year and last year, color-wise. Part of paring down my order this year, I mean, usually I have like 7, 8 varieties on here, but again, these are all just for the landscape. I'll have many more varieties for actual cut flowers, but with the landscape, I did want something a little more simple too, because if you're getting different varieties, you kind of have to have a plan on where you're going to put what and how it's going to look together and play together. So it's a little more complicated than just having a bulk order of one tulip all in one area. You don't have to think as much, which is also part of my thinking. So with keeping it more simple this year, I'm hoping it'll be a little less brain power in planting them. 600 bulbs, 600 bulbs, all the same variety out front. Dig the hole, throw it in, dig the hole, throw it in. We aug our holes and then we plant them. It's a really smooth process. Usually my husband helps me. So it'll take less brain power than setting out all the varieties, remembering which color and pattern they are, and deciding where they'll go, how they'll mesh with one another, etc. It totally is much more simple. So I am looking forward to it being a lot less brain power and just go, go, go. Bulbs in the hole, bulbs in the hole. Delivery-wise, you can choose when you prefer the bulbs to be delivered to you. There's a drop-down box for that as you're checking out. I just choose the option that's something like deliver when we recommend for your zone. You can type in your zip code and then they will send them when they think it's appropriate for you to start planting for your zip code, which is a nice option. I think last year I chose a certain time in October, but I'm fine with them sending them whenever they recommend for my zone right now. We will come in and actually plant these when it is a little cooler. It's still fairly warm here. Today is September 28th, I believe. And so we'll wait till later in October. We can plant them really until the ground freezes. There's no cutoff period except when the ground freezes and you can't dig a hole anymore. So it won't be long and we'll be out there planting these bulbs, which is another reason I had to get my order in. So that is my order for Colorblends, Easy Breezy, 1, 2, 3, Banana Splash, Miss Confection, and Mount Tacoma. So total quantity ordered from them is 675 bulbs. 625 are going out in the front landscape beds, and then the extra 50 coming up by my front porch. That's the plan for the landscape this year. Again, going with a simplified look. Now, don't go away yet because I've got more information for you. I'm going to do a little series here because it is game time. It is time to order these bulbs. So I have put in several orders just in the past day or so because I want to get the varieties that I want for cut flowers next year. So I'm not joking when I say it's go time, game time, decision time. Put your orders in as soon as you're able. And I'm just gonna share my process with you as I go. I personally like to order from flower farmers if I can because I have found with dahlias and bulbs and ranunculus and corms, all of those different types of things, the quality seems to be much better, and I prefer to support the American flower farmer. So it's a win-win for me, but I have also ordered from Tulip World before, I think in Holland Bulb Farms, and I've had decent luck with them. But as far as wholesalers, I do think Colorblends is the best quality that I have ordered because I used them last year too. So I hope that helps in what you're looking for as far as places to shop. My next two videos coming down the aisle for you will be some orders, much bigger orders from two different flower farmers. It is, I'll tell you the names here. The Farmhouse Flower Farm, I've got a big order with of a bunch of varieties of tulips for cutting, for actually cutting 4 bouquets for next spring, and some ranunculus in there as well. Also some daffodils. I'm glad I did this. I ordered this order probably 2 or 3 months ago when I saw she was having a sale, and I'm glad I did because again, some of her stuff is sold out, but that's definitely going to be a longer video because it's a bigger haul. And then I've got Fleur Flower Farm. That is hard to say. Fleur, F-L-E-U-R, Flower Farm in Vermont. I ordered some ranunculus from them last year and they were really good quality corms. So I took a look at their website and they have some stuff available as well. I actually ordered some peonies from them, which is a new thing for me, and also a variety of tulips. So hang tight. Those are going to be the next 2 videos coming out. But as I said, people, now some of you might say, well, we've still got some time. You do. There's still some time because not all flower farmers have put out their tulips for sale or different things for sale yet, and that's okay. But I'm just saying that some of, especially some wholesalers that are big companies like Colorblends, are running out of stock. So I just want y'all to get what you want for those tulips, because my gosh, aren't the tulips special? Nothing like tulips coming up in the spring. It is that first big breath of fresh air of spring is here after the long, very heavy winter. And I'm here for winter. I like a good winter, but I also like to see those signs of spring. So that's what's happening here and what's coming up in the next couple videos. Please comment below and let me know if that was helpful so you can get some ideas of what's out there and available and also be pushed to get your orders in. But please also comment and tell me where you're ordering your things from because I am not done. I still have more to get. I gotta fill those back beds up with cut flowers. I am bringing the heat with tulips next year in the back raised beds, okay? So please comment below and let me know where you're finding some of your tulips, especially for cutting. And I would love to support more flower farmers. So please comment below. It's also really helpful to everybody else watching this video. Please and thank you. If you've been enjoying my content but haven't yet, please subscribe to my channel to follow along with all things garden. I would love to have you here. We will see you in the next one, everybody. Happy planting. Bye.